Oh, such a cool Disney
Yeah.
Plus thing too. Uh,
Oh, shit.
looking
I didn't mean to do that. Alright.
so cool.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Any Kind Media. I'm your host, Ocean Subiano, and I'm joined here by.
Hello there. I'm Taylor Vieira.
We're gonna break down the trailer of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Came out. When did it come out? A couple days ago, right?
Yeah,
It's been like Thursday, I think. Thursday.
yeah.
Or
I
something.
think Thursday.
And this is something that the world has been waiting for. Right? We've all been waiting for this because they announced the Kenobi series like a couple of years ago, and we've been waiting for it. So we're gonna give our take on the trailer, what we're hoping to see, what we're excited about, what we're not excited about. So stick with us, and then let us know what you guys think. So, yeah, man. Okay, so first off, right off the bat, right? How amazing is it that we're getting Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I mean, not even just Ewan McGregor. We
Right.
also get Hayden Christensen back too. Although we don't know how
Right.
exactly we're getting him back, but
And
yeah,
there's rumors.
Ewan
There's
McGregor.
rumors of Liam Neeson's coming back.
I don't know. Well, that wasn't confirmed.
No,
yeah,
it's not
so
confirmed. It's just rumored. But
I want everybody to know if they bring Liam Neeson back as Qui-Gon Jinn, it's the best show ever made.
right,
Period.
I mean, if that comes back, then this is exactly what Disney needed to do to save the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah,
'Cause,
100%.
yeah.
Like, doesn't even everything that
Yeah,
happened,
they
even
did in the
regardless
trilogy.
of like if you thought it was good or bad, doesn't matter. If this show has all three of them, done.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty excited, man. This is gonna be dope. Like, so let's break down that trailer, right? Obviously, what got us is Duel of the Fates playing.
Yeah. Well, so because it opens up with the little chime that they had when they first introduced Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan. And then, of course, they do a quick, just this real short shot of Ewan McGregor again, which is all I needed to see, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just my man.
Mom, I know that.
Yeah, and then after he does his little speech and stuff, which is amazing, and then the most epic Lucasfilm, like, pan over with Duel of the Fates playing, with the
Yeah.
sand effect and stuff, which, and then they do a few shots of, like, Obi-Wan on Tatooine, of course, and he's like here's where he's watching Luke, and of course that's also kind of amazing because
Yeah.
one, we get to see him like how it was after he after what happened of Revenge of the Sith and shit, and he took him there and stuff. And then you see little Luke pretending to pod race, which is
I
super
don't know
cool.
if it's pretend. I feel like that might be like a VR thing because he's wearing some goggles.
And
I feel like
it could be, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he's at the age where he could have made that stuff, because Anakin, he ends up building a lot of stuff,
yeah,
but I don't know how, like,
mean,
what
Luke,
age
he-
he's at the time.
yeah. I mean,
'Cause
he
I think
looked
it's
like he
supposed
was
to
like
take-
10 or 11 or so.
Yeah, I mean they said it was supposed to this is taking place 10 years
years,
after,
yeah.
so
After Revenge of the Sith.
it could be, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard
I
to tell
feel
because
like
it's
it
a
could be.
far away shot, but
I just-
either way, just the fact of him being like
Yeah.
his dad and all that stuff is kind of great because we never got to see that before.
Yeah, this is everything that any true Star Wars fan could have hoped for, right? Like they're pretty much checking all the boxes. There was this giant gap of time, right? Because
Yeah.
when the original trilogy came out, we didn't know, Ben Kenobi or Obi-Wan Kenobi had this what he did in the past, right? We didn't know.
Yeah.
And then they did the prequels, and they showed all this stuff, and then there's just giant gap of time, right?
Yeah, which happens between all of the trilogies.
which
There's
is-
always
I
a
get
gap.
it.
Yeah.
But like we're finally getting that gap filled, right? So it's pretty exciting to finally find out what exactly did Obi-Wan Kenobi do for
all those years. Yeah.
And it seems like there was more. May not have been him just sitting in the hills the whole time, right? Like
Yeah, not
just
being
watching
some
from afar.
crazy old hermit,
Yeah,
like just
there. It seems like that he might have actually had done more or he might have been a part of some kind of story elsewhere. Because obviously we see in the trailer after that initial part, we hear the Grand Inquisitor, right?
Yep.
His voice comes in, and he's talking about tracking Jedis, which is we know to be true, and we know to be what happened from the rest of the canon and what we know that after Order 66 took place, the Inquisitors were the ones that hunted down whatever Jedi they missed, right?
Yeah.
So, and the Grand Inquisitor being the leader of them all. So, it's pretty exciting to see that and see what, like, if he actually comes, like, if they meet, right? Like, did the Grand Inquisitor and Obi-Wan Kenobi fight or have some kind of encounter during the time that he was supposed to be watching over Luke?
Yeah. I know what's, well, assuming, I know what's going to happen, but at least with the Grand Inquisitor specifically.
Yeah.
But how they end up getting to that point will be interesting.
You know what's going to be really interesting is that it's going to be hard for them to create an engaging story that makes us worry. Like, because whenever you create a story, right, you attach to the character that they want you to attach. In this case, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then he has to go through some kind of trials and tribulations to, like to test him or whatever, right?
Yeah.
At the very basics of storytelling, right? The basic,
call to action kind of thing.
At the very basics of storytelling, the protagonist is supposed to encounter some kind of problem or something, and what makes a better story is for you to make the viewer question whether or not he's going to be able to handle it, right?
Right. Which
I
I think
is going to be interesting because we know that Obi-Wan Kenobi is living later on, right?
Yeah.
Or that he's
we know he's not going to die.
Yeah, so we know he's not going to die, and we know he still has some kind of connection to the Force. So it's going to be interesting to see what that trial or that problem that he encounters is going to be, and how they're going to make us feel like, oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi is not just going to come in here and just slay everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I would be okay with that.
Yeah,
but,
I would. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, that was the thing I feel like is really good about this trailer, and that makes it so good, is because, like you said, we know Obi-Wan's not going to die, obviously.
Yeah.
They show like a multitude of characters because we get to see Uncle Owen as well.
Yep.
Looks really good too. And then I highly doubt it, but because like the last thing that I know of that had the Inquisitors was Jedi Fallen Order.
Yep.
If they had Cal Kestis in this, that would be kind of interesting.
Oh,
I highly doubt they would bring
that.
his character in, but that would be kind of cool.
That'd be pretty cool if he was in there somehow.
And I mean, I don't personally like. I know for a lot of like the recent Star Wars things that come out,
Yeah.
of course, have all been around Tatooine,
Yeah.
and I guess a lot of people were like getting tired of that.
I
understand. I don't
But I
mind.
can see it.
Yeah, I don't mind it honestly because there's a lot of stuff that happens on Tatooine, but they do show some really cool shots of an unknown to us currently planet and city, which is supposedly like
the water planet.
not that well. The one it's like super dark and they have all the lights and stuff. It's supposed to be based off of Hong Kong because of the director. I forget her first name, but Chow, her last name. She's the one doing this show,
Okay.
and so that's her where she was from. So she's basing off that city off of Hong Kong, which looks really cool. And I guess that was their, okay, hey, we're not just going to be on Tatooine. And it'll be interesting because it's like, obviously we know the Inquisitors are hunting the Jedi. Mm-hmm. So is it just potentially like, it kind of, I feel like there's like two ways to look at it based off of the trailer versus the Grand Inquisitor speaking and what we see on the trailer of either like he does something that ends up giving away his
position.
like position and stuff, and then they start trying to like get him or whatever, or he ends up figuring out that they are hunting Jedi, and then decides to
I
leave
see what you mean.
to keep Luke safer in a way, to
Oh,
like to you know to
right,
like
to
keep them
draw him
away from
away.
them because they don't know that he's there.
Right. Nobody knows that Luke is even
Exists.
even exists. Right.
Yeah.
That was the whole point. I see what you mean. Like maybe because he was like he promised that he would look after him, right? And
Yeah.
Jedi's take that very seriously, and I could see how like him leaving could upset people, but I also understand what you're saying, that maybe he feels like it's actually protecting.
Yeah, too dangerous
Yeah.
to stay for him to stay because he can't conceal himself for forever.
Right. And then they're gonna start to wonder like, why are you here?
Yeah, there's no like there'd be no reason for you
Yeah.
to be here, like
Right. So, that's a good thought. I didn't think
because
about
I don't remember, but I think there might have been a shot when they were right by Luke at some point,
that. Yeah.
and but like at the time they obviously don't
They don't know.
they don't know, so
Well, no one should know. Like
yeah, just
that shouldn't happen during the show where like they find out that Luke is Vader's son, because nobody knows. I mean,
well,
according to the
yeah, I mean, I'm
original
not saying like
trilogy.
they would know that he's his son, but they
Oh,
might know that they
there's
might
a
be able to
reason
sense
he's there.
him through the force of there's a force sensitive person here,
Right.
which we would eventually if they actually ended
Right.
up capturing him, because they would just take him to Vader.
Okay.
So that'll be pretty cool. See how
Yeah.
that works out.
Dude, this show is gonna be amazing. I can't wait, especially with the success that we've had with Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen our review on the Book of Boba Fett, go ahead and check out our episode number 1. I think it's number 1. Check out that episode. Let us know what you think. Okay. But with the recent success of those shows, right, and then just piggybacking off of that, combined with the fact that they're bringing back the characters, like this just seems so much bigger. It seems so much bigger than a lot of the Star Wars that we've gotten recently. Like this, I'm honestly more excited for this than I was for the third trilogy, for Disney trilogy.
Oh, for sure.
Like
honestly, like and like even Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian, because the Mandalorian we didn't really know what we were getting into,
right?
And then once we watched it,
you're like,
then
oh my god,
yeah, just you got super turned up.
Yeah,
but yeah, before all of that, this for sure is like the most exciting and most like hype thing,
especially because they've been hinting at it for a long time, and then they finally confirmed it like 2 years ago.
Yeah, when they announced all the different
ago. And then
Star Wars
now
things.
it's a couple months away, man. May 25th, it's coming, and like I'm gonna watch the first episode, and I'm gonna watch it like 3 times in a row, just all back to back to back, just to fully take in everything.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll have a watch party at the house, and we'll just
make sure we gotta capture every detail.
Yeah. It's gonna be amazing, dude. I have no doubt that they're gonna knock this out of the park.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they're setting themselves up for perfect success. Like,
honestly,
you can't fail this.
you have all these amazing characters that you already know everybody loves.
Right.
You slap Duel of Fates on there, like you can't lose. You can't.
Just throw that in there. You good to go.
As soon as that thing came across, like you win.
Gosh, dude.
That's it.
Yeah, I was watching the first time I watched the trailer. I watched it at work, and then I came home and I put it on the TV and watched it with Chris, and Duel of Fates comes on, and I'm like, oh, it's like, what is that?
Yeah,
I'm like, what do you mean, what's that? Like, it's like one of the most recognizable Star Wars songs of all time. What are you talking about? It's Duel of the Fates.
Legendary.
Yeah. So it's man, I'm so excited. All right, so let's go through like we're gonna go, what are you most excited about, and then what are you like really hoping doesn't happen, like that they don't fucking do. So
honestly,
what are you most excited about?
I'm just excited to see Ewan McGregor come back as Obi-Wan, honestly.
Yeah.
If they bring Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn, that's all I need right there. And then I love that Hayden Christensen's coming back.
Yeah.
Which the very end of near the end of the trailer, you can catch Vader's breathing.
Yeah.
So
that's my answer to what I'm most excited about. is the fact that I heard Vader's breath. And
Yeah,
I don't
see,
know if they're just throwing that in there just to because
yeah,
it's Star
that's what I'm
Wars and
saying.
they're
Like,
just putting it in a
I don't
special
want
effect.
to.
But just the off chance, just the possibility of getting more Vader.
Hey,
Like I'm just like yes,
let me
please.
let me.
I'll
So
take as much of it. I don't even care what it is or what he does, even if it's just like a cameo or something. I don't care, dude. I want as much Vader as I can possibly get.
here's well, okay. So I'm not honestly worried about anything. Like, I don't think they can honestly do anything so crazy that it's gonna make me
Yeah,
not like it. Like, I feel like all the things that are involved at this point in time, like, they can't mess it up.
yeah,
Like I said, but as far as Vader goes, I bet you him and Obi-Wan are at the very least gonna meet each other. I don't know if they'll have a super epic fight, but
I don't know if they could though because I guess I would have to watch episode 4 again just to remind myself.
well, because
But I don't.
he
I don't think they. I think they may have stated that they had no interaction at all, and that's okay. So this is what I'm most worried about.
the only yeah.
What I'm most worried about is them creating plot holes. That's what I'm
Bro,
most worried about. I'm most worried about
Star
them.
Wars is just full of.
I know it is, but at this point, like that's what's gonna kill it for me is if you just start adding all these things just to make this particular series so grand, and then you just create all these plot holes.
I mean,
That's what I'm most
did you
worried
not
about.
watch Disney's trilogy? It's
Dude, I don't
literally
even
an
consider
endless,
that. Like
endless amount of plot holes.
I don't even consider that, bro. All right, I don't even consider that. I don't
Like,
even.
every single character they created just has like massive plot holes.
Yeah, I don't
But
even consider that.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they, at the very least, are gonna meet each other. Because then, I don't know. I don't think it was specifically stated that they didn't have an interaction. Because in episode 4,
Right.
he does.
I think they say something
he-
along the lines of like, "Oh, it's been a long time" or whatever.
Yeah, he's aware that he didn't kill Obi-Wan,
Right.
obviously, and I'm fairly certain Vader knows that he's still alive. He just didn't know where he was, and he ain't ever gonna check Tatooine because he doesn't fucking like Tatooine.
Right. Sand.
Yeah, he hates sand.
He hates sand.
and the Tusken Raiders and
Yeah.
stuff, but because like I know he can sense him through the force of like, oh, I haven't felt this
Right.
like for quite some time. Like,
Well,
his presence.
you see it in episode 4. As soon as he lands on the Death Star, Vader's like, "Oh, I haven't felt this in a long
Yeah.
time." Yeah. All right. Well, there's not much to talk about, right? Because it's only a trailer. But as we get more and more news and stuff about Obi-Wan Kenobi, we'll keep adding more episodes just because this is something that we're both super excited for, and obviously you can tell we're starting to lose light. We're actually outside of my new house. The studio isn't done yet.
Yeah, it's not finished.
I know
yet.
we promised you guys that the studio would be here soon, and that we would get everything set up and have a legitimate studio to record in. But unfortunately,
Had some
Home Depot
technicalities.
sucks. Okay, and it's not gonna be ready until like probably another week or so. So right now we're just filming in the backyard of my house. So bear with us.
It is getting worked on though.
Yeah, but we
It's
worked on it.
already-
We were
yeah.
painting today. We got our sound deadening panels ready to rock and roll. Like the studio's gonna be legit. So bear with us. Let us know what you guys thought of the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer. Let us know what you're most excited about, and also let us know what you're most worried about or what you don't want to see.
Or
And,
just predictions you have of how
what
the
kind of
show is
predictions.
how it's gonna be.
Yeah, and then let us know what you thought of our show. If you guys have any feedback, comments, concerns, put it in the comments. Again, check out our previous episodes on a variety of different topics, and give us that like, comment, subscribe, please.
Also, I mean, this is mostly at least for myself, but we will be doing more video game related
Yeah.
stuff because
For those,
we're just getting taken over with so many shows. I
there's
mean,
so many
there's just
good,
so much.
There's so many movies and TV shows that are coming out.
I just finally got him
Yeah.
catching up on The Witcher, which
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's been out for quite a while, but
Oh yeah.
such a great show.
Daddy girl.
Yeah, so good.
Uh,
So you can expect a future episode to be on that.
But yeah, let us know what you guys want to see. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for coming on this journey with us. We'll catch you guys in the next episode.